Why is the price of silver up $1 per ounce or more today, right now? Will it continue? Are we in for much higher silver prices? You want to know, and I have the answers for you in this video. I talked to all my sources this morning, trying to discern for you why we're having this major move in silver, and it's very, very interesting what is going on right now. Two things we need to talk about before we dive in. Number one, volatility. Remember just back 3 weeks ago? Remember those days where we had silver was down over $1 per ounce? We were all crying in our coffee, and we talked about it back then, basement dwellers. We said, hey, silver is a volatile metal. It'll go up in very, very large amounts, and the flip side of that is it will go down. The critical thing is that we continue to go up, and I don't know about you, but I am super impressed with how strong silver has maintained itself over the course of this summer. The other important critical thing, right? You're a 3D chess type person. You don't play checkers. You don't play regular chess. You're smarter than the average bear. You play 3D chess. We have to realize that temporarily right now, the Fed and economic news, no matter how much BS it may be, has temporarily come back to the forefront and will have more of an impact on the silver and gold price. Temporarily. I want you to think about it this way. It's kind of like the ocean. Think of the waves on the surface as being the Fed and the temporary economic news. The big picture, the deep water where the big currents are, that's the fact that the U.S. dollar in real terms, I know you know the difference between real and nominal. In real terms, the U.S. dollar will continue to depreciate, and that will lead to higher and higher silver and gold prices. Bidenomics might be catching up to us because U.S. filings for jobless claims inch up modestly, but continuing claims rise for the 9th straight week. That comes from the Associated Press and our friends at Yahoo Finance. Basically, guys, what has happened here is jobless claims inch up a bit, but the key is the fact that continuing jobless claims, people who continue to be on unemployment, that has gone up for 9 straight weeks. Right there, the total number of Americans collecting unemployment benefits rose for the 9th straight week to 1.86 million people for the week of June 22nd. That's the most since November of 2021. Is the labor market starting to slow? Next, we go to CNBC, where ADP tells us private payrolls grew by just 150,000 jobs in June, less than expected. Private companies added just 150,000 jobs in June, below the upwardly revised 157,000 in May and the Dow Jones consensus estimate for 160,000 jobs. So they were expecting 160,000 jobs to be created, but only 150,000 jobs were created. And again, this comes from ADP. They're the world's biggest payroll processing company. You would think if anyone has a handle on the real numbers out there, well, you'd think it's ADP, right? Further signs of a slowing U.S. economy, which will mean that our old friend Gomer Powell at the Federal Reserve will have to be looser with monetary policy, which means silver and gold price will continue to skyrocket. Further evidence comes from Yahoo Finance and Reuters, who points out that U.S. service sector sags, that's a tongue twister, in June as orders sink. Try to say that 10 times. U.S. service sector sags in June as orders sink. Let's go down because this is very surprising. A measure of U.S. service sector activity slumped to a 4-year low in June. 4-year low in June amid a sharp drop in orders, potentially hinting at a loss of momentum in the economy at the end of the second quarter. On a bit of a side note, our friend the Oriental Ghost points out maybe this is the reason why silver's up $1. On the Shanghai Gold exchange, silver closed at nearly $34 an ounce when it was still well below $30 per ounce in the United States of America. Now that's changed. And again, this is off topic. The real reason I believe why we are seeing this massive move in the silver price has everything to do with the economy slowing. The economy is slowing. The job market is slowing down. All of this leads to a Fed that will need to act, lower interest rates. That's the reason why we're seeing the big move in silver and gold today. Silver and gold can look into the future further than anyone or anything else. They're the oldest markets on the face of the earth. Did you know? What does it mean that just yesterday Jerome Powell was in Europe and he even had some what were perceived to be very dovish comments? They're scared. Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, they know underneath the hood things are really bad in the U.S. economy. Their only course of action will be lowering interest rates, easing monetary policy, and we'll see the price of silver and gold go much, much higher. That's just my opinion. Now, if you want to get your hands on some silver or gold before it potentially goes much higher, do yourself a favor. Check out channel sponsor Pimbex, Pimbex. They've got great service, great selection, and what I really, really love, the best prices around. I think if you consider Pimbex next time you're shopping online for online bullion purchases, you'll be very happy that you did. Also, I want to say thank you to First Mining Gold, channel sponsor, and Fortuna Mining, both stocks that I own. I'm not offering financial advice, but I do own both of those stocks, and you can learn more about them at their respective websites. Hey guys, it's going to be interesting on Friday of this week, the day after the 4th of July. That's when we get the official from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the official non-farm jobs payroll number. I think we're going to get a surprise to the downside. I'd been predicting that all week. I said I thought that silver could move by $1. It did it a day early. The markets will be closed tomorrow. Now, be prepared for volatility. I'm going to play the opposite side of the coin right now. If we get some unbelievable, and trust me, there's a reasonable chance that we could get some unbelievable good job number on Friday, that could squash the price of silver by $1 per ounce or more. I don't think that's going to happen. What we're optimistic about right now is that we've turned the corner, that as the economy is now being recognized as slowing down, that this could be a catalyst for what I would call a early summer rally. I wasn't expecting anything until fall, but if we continue to get this bad news about the economy, the rally that I was expecting in September could potentially start sooner, right? And look, the gold price and the silver price have consolidated nicely over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. Silver built up a good support level at $28, $29 per ounce. Gold, wow, can you believe it? It built up a solid support level at around $2,300 per ounce. We could be in for an interesting remainder of the year. Again, particularly if the economic news, if they can't avoid, the fact that Bidenomics is disasternomics, we could see some big moves in the metals. Hey, thank you for joining me today. You are the most important part of Ron's Basement. Do me a favor, give this a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that so you can come back, because I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you, yes, you, next time.